figure out why you're here. I'm not sure exactly why, but we're going to talk about this particular deal, and hopefully you guys will understand and see how this process can work for you guys. And by knowing the right things, by knowing who to talk to, how to talk to them, and the process to go through, how you guys can profit from these types of transactions. So before I jump into talking all about this particular deal, what I want to do is I'm going to share with you guys, or I want you guys first of all to share with me what you think that I'm going to do to this property before I put it back onto the market. And then I'm going to share with you what I'm really going to do, and then I want to hear you guys' numbers of what you think it's going to cost. So what do you guys think that I'm going to do to this property before I put it back on the market?
Nothing.
Bathroom downstairs.
Yeah, bathroom.
Bathroom downstairs. So you guys already see that work's happening, so that's
Clean.
kind of clear. Clean.
Paint, probably.
Paint.
Window sills.
Window sills going to be replaced.
I might look at doing some stuff in the kitchen as well.
Replacing the kitchen. Okay. Anybody else's guess?
Banister.
So you were going to sell it?
Banister.
You're not going to do a buy and hold? You're not going
I'm
to
not holding
hold
on
it?
to
You're
it.
not holding it?
Nope.
Well, I'd fix a few things.
Any other guesses? Anything else that you guys think that we're going to do?
You already said the bathroom.
Probably do
right? The shower. What's that?
The shower downstairs? Yep.
probably do some stuff with the yard.
I
You
clean
are?
and paint it.
Okay.
Trim the roses.
Paint. You think we'll paint the whole thing? Okay. Any other guesses?
Oh, carpet. Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, just to unveil it for you, we're not doing a whole lot to this place. The shower was already demoed downstairs, and so therefore we're replacing that. It's not costing us very much, and I'll share with you what it is after you guys make guesses. But what we're doing is we're replacing the shower downstairs. We have a sink that we're putting in down there to replace that old ugly Formica 60s style Formica that's down there. We're going to clean the place, have the carpets clean. We're replacing the window seals where they're broken. We're not doing anything with the kitchen. And, we're really, there's not much we're doing with the yard either besides maybe rake it and clean it up. So, I mean, with knowing that we're doing just that, essentially, putting some trim around the door downstairs that goes into the utility room, but basically just very small cleanup. What do you guys think it's going to cost us?
Just 25 grand.
Couple hundred.
Less than $5,000.
Less than $5,000, less than $5,000. Throw out numbers. You heard a couple hundred.
2,500.
2,500.
3,000.
Brett got it. He's been asking a lot of questions though. So Brett got it. It's going to cost us about $2,000. So we actually picked this property up for $121,722.85. It was an off number because they allowed how much we was going to allow the second to get, and so we just threw in that number on top of what we were given the first. So the first got $116,000, and the second got $4,722.85.
How much was the second?
Let's go through it.
Yeah.
So on this property, there was $165,000 owed on the first mortgage. The second mortgage, it was actually over this, but there was about $74,000. I can't remember what the exact payoff was. But if you take that $4,722.85, and that's 7% of what was actually owed. So add that up. But $74,000 plus the $165,000. Now these guys were behind. Now this was somebody who knew me from business. He had seen the way that I carried myself and dealt with other people. He was just in a situation where he had tried to do a loan modification, so he hadn't been making more payments on the house because he was trying to get this loan modification, and it didn't go through for him. And so he knew that the next option he had was to find somebody that could buy the property and negotiate with the bank. And that's where he came to me. And so we stepped in and started negotiating the short sale. Now you guys have heard of this property for a while. This is the first time that you're all coming out here. But this particular deal, he came to me and the homeowner said, listen, if you can keep my family in here, at least through the holidays, because it was November when he came to me, at least through the holidays and through the new year, that would be an absolute blessing to us, that we wouldn't have to move out during that time. We were able to do that, and we were able to actually keep them here for an additional almost 16 months while we were negotiating with the bank. So they've been living here completely payment-free during that time that we was negotiating with the bank, because the bank will not accept payments during that time. We got this accepted and we closed on it last Monday. Again, we got both of these negotiated down to $121,000, $722.85. So that's our purchase price. We borrowed the money, 100%. We borrowed it from an investor inside the community, and we just borrowed $125,000. So that's total what we're going to be into it. Now with them, we're paying them 3 points. So 3 points and 12% interest. So now we expect that we'll probably end up having this property for 60 to 90 days. So let's go with 90 days. Who's a good mathematician here? Go with $125,000, take 3% of it, and then add 1% per month. So if you just go with, 6% total, what's 6% of $125,000?
$7,500.
7,500. So we're going to be into this, $7,500 in money costs. How much do you guys think this property's worth?
160.
Fixed up?
160
No, just
in the
this.
condition that I'm going to fix it up to, or just the market condition.
189.
189, 160,
Around 190.
190. It's just it's about just over 2,100 square feet. We factored in to be conservative. We're looking at $165,000 to $170,000 is our after repair value. Now we're selling the property for $155,000. This is why I'm not doing everything, guys. I'm not trying to put this at the very top of the market. I just want to move it quick. My goal is to be in and out of this thing and move on to the next deal, right? Now, if we do list with a realtor, we'll probably start at around 160 because it's still competitive in the market. Because even with the comps that we were factoring in to get the $165,000 to $170,000, guys, almost every single one of them was much further west than this. And as you guys know, the further east you go, the more desirable the neighborhood, the more people want to be here. I'm hearing from the realtors that are bringing buyers to us that they want to see it right away because their buyers are putting in offers and having the offer accepted by somebody else the same day. So that somebody else is getting an offer in right before then, so that they're kind of fighting to get in here. We've shown it to a couple of people, but it's obviously not in best place to show. And so we're just doing what I told you. We're going to be cleaning it up. We're going to do some of those things, and then we'll have it back on the market. If it doesn't sell within a week, then we'll probably list it with an agent and just get it sold quick. So I mean that's the deal. Now it took a long time. There was many times where it came right to the day of the auction that we had to get it postponed. So it's good that we knew how to get to the right people, how to make sure that we put the right pressure on these guys to postpone the auction and to finally get an answer and get an approval on this.
So you're looking about $2,200 profit on here?
What's that?
22,000, sorry, not 2,200. 22,000 profit?
About $22,000 profit.
That's good.
Are you partnered with anyone on the team?
I am. We're partnered with Raul on this deal. So, I mean, $22,000, guys, how many hours do you think that I spent on this? I mean, you guys know it's been over 16 months now, but how many hours do you think that I actually physically spent working on this deal?
20.
4.
24?
4.
It was probably right around 15 hours total. Because it's a bit of a drive for me to get up here, guys. I live in Salt Lake, I live in Murray, so.
An hour a month.
But yeah, about 15 hours to end up with, $22,000 in profit. Guys, this is very doable. This is just one type of transaction that you guys can do, and it's, this is probably one of the most prevalent transactions that are out there. And many people come and think, okay, you guys are preying on people in foreclosure, and that's far from the case. In fact, you guys will see when I get a letter from this guy. I've already got a couple of text messages that I've saved that he sent me when we were able to stop it from foreclosure and things like that and postpone the auction. But I mean, we're able to do a sincere service for these guys. I mean, if we would not have stepped in, these guys would have been moving out of this house over a year ago during the holidays. and that would have been a bad situation. So we're able to come in, and we always try and give every option we can to folks to solve the problem themselves. And if they can do that, then we send them on their way. We give them, the necessary information, and we let them solve their problems themselves. But last case scenario, if they can't solve their problems, many times we can, because we know how to negotiate with the right people. We can pay with cash, and we're able to move quickly. So that's this particular transaction. Does anybody have any questions at all?